of this one. Now, what was the inverse? Just as a recap. What was the
It was
inverse?
negative 1 over 3 x plus 2.
Okay. Yep, that's one version of the answer. So that's one way you could have written, and I'm going to write it this way. The inverse, one way was negative 1/3 x plus 2. Any questions about that? Or was it minus 2? It was plus 2, I think. All right, we're going to move on then. All right, let's look at f of x equals 3 minus x over x. To find the inverse, we're going to follow these 4 steps. Step 1, change f of x to y, if not already. Step 2, interchange x and y. Step 3, solve for y, and then we're going to write the proper notation for the inverse function. All right, so starting with this one, what would you write first?
Y equals
3 minus x over x.
All right, next, what's the next step?
change the places of y and x.
All right, so it'd be x equals what?
3 minus y over y.
Correct. Now the issue here is we have 2 y's, so that's a problem. But what we need to probably do first is get rid of this fraction. Can someone other than Nakiria and Kenneth tell me how to get rid of the fraction?
You can multiply. No.
Okay, multiply. Yeah.
Okay, so you can multiply that y by both sides, but then it's gonna cancel out. No, it's not. It'd be x.
Yeah.
X times y. Yeah, x y.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna cancel
XY.
out, right?
Yeah. That's what we want because
Okay.
that's a fraction.
Okay.
Colors not acting right. All right. Then we have xy equals 3 minus y. Now here's the trick. We want the y's to be together on the same side. So what would you do if you to get the y's on the same side? Because they're family, right? They're related.
Is it plus y on both sides?
Yes. Plus y. I'm going to add y to both sides. So that's xy plus y equals 3 now. Anybody have a clue what we need to do now? We still have 2 y's. What would be a trick so that we can only have 1 y?
We might have to divide.
You gotta divide the x, y by x.
Not
then
divide. Not divide. Let's
Factor.
go through it. Uh-oh, somebody said something. What'd you say?
Multiply.
Factor it.
Factor it. Yes. I think Nakiria said that. Factor it. Factor what, Nakiria?
The y.
Yes. That's a little trick. So notice if we factor out the y on the left side, notice we only have 1 y now. All right. So someone other than Nakiria, if we factor out a y from x, y plus y, what will we get? Y times what is x, y plus y?
x plus 1.
Plus 1.
Correct. Correct. I always check that by distributing that, but that's correct. Now, we only have 1 y. That's great, but we don't have y by itself. How can we just get y by itself?
Add 3. Subtract 3 from both sides.
No, I won't see y is on the left side, right? It's attached
Then
to
you gotta,
something.
divide.
Yes, because it's y times something, and the inverse of multiplication is division. So if it's y times something, that's multiplication. In order to get rid of what we don't want, we have to divide by. So we're going to divide both sides by x plus 1. That way we cancel out the x plus 1s, and we have y equals 3 over x plus 1. Last step, we finally got y by itself, but we need to change the notation to what? What's the notation?
F negative 1
Mm-hmm.
of x
Yep. It looks like a F and
equals
a
3.
little superscript -1. That stands for what again?
The
Inverse.
Inverse function. Yes. So that's the inverse function. All right. Any questions about that one? We're going to do 3 more, and you probably get the hang of it by the next one, I think. All right. The next one. After the next one, I think you'll get the hang of it. Any questions about that one? All right. Let's begin with the next one. My contribution is going to be the first step. The first step is y equals 4 over 2 minus x. What's the next step?
You got interchange x and y.
Yes, interchange x and y. Put that over here. So that'll be x equals 4 over 2 minus y. All right. Someone other than Kenneth, what would you do next?
Get y by itself.
How?
You're going to multiply both sides by 2 minus y.
Yes, let's get rid of this fraction first. Multiply both sides by 2 minus y. So 2 minus y here, 2 minus y. That cancels out the 2 minus y on the right side. All right, so now what we have is x times 2 minus y equals 4. What would you do next? What do you think? Guesses?
Got a factor. Oh no,
It's
you gotta
really
divide.
all.
Okay. You
You
gotta divide.
divide.
You probably could divide. Now that you say that, divide. I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have distributed. But let's divide. Divide by what, Kenneth? You said what?
2
What did you
minus
say divide? But we're solving for what?
y.
Why? So what we need to get rid of if we're solving for why? I thought you had it
You gotta
right,
get
but
rid of
somebody else.
that. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. You probably
I
gotta
think you had it right. Somebody else said divide too. Divide by what? All right. I'm gonna distribute since y'all not sure. But it would have been right still. But I'm gonna distribute. All right. I'm doing my way. Here we go. So the next step, if I distribute, put that here, it would be 2x minus xy equals 4. Right? We're trying to isolate the term with the y in it. So we need to move something to the right side. What would you move?
the 2x.
All right, let's subtract 2x then. Subtract 2x. We get negative xy equals 4 minus 2x. Then what?
Okay. Now you divide.
All
Negative
right.
x by both sides.
All right, negative x by both sides. So we can divide all of these by negative x, or you could divided the whole thing by negative x. So you could have y equals negative 4 over x plus what?
2.
2. Very good, because the x's cancel out. All right. I'm going to show you another way. Any questions about that way first? Any questions about that way? All right. So at this point right here, if we had negative xy, I'm starting from this point, equals 4 minus 2x. If you divide by negative x, you could have divided the whole thing by negative x like that. Then it would have been y equals, you can move this negative up. Remember I said don't leave negatives in the denominator. That could be negative 4 plus 2x over x. That's another way. So that is the same thing as this. Believe it or not, they don't look alike, but they're the same. All right, both ways work. So however you understand it the best, you go for whatever version that is. All right. Any questions about that one? All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next one. All right, the next one. My contribution is, this is the same thing as y equals x plus 2 over x. All right, someone other than Kenneth tell me what to put next.
You're gonna interchange x and y.
All right, do what to the x and y? I want to see what words y'all use.
Interchange.
Interchange. Okay, interchange. That's a good word. Or flip. Some of y'all say flip. All right, so that's x equals y plus 2 over y. All right, someone other than the Kyria, Kenneth, and Alicia, what would you do next? Someone other than Kenneth, Alicia, and Kyria, what would you do next?
Would you multiply by y?
Yes, yes, multiply by y. So let me erase all of this, it's in my way. So y'all go ahead and multiply by y, so y'all can tell me what to write down. All right, go ahead and multiply by y.
Xy equals y plus 2.
Very nice. All right, we're going to multiply both sides by y. Bam, bam. So now we have xy equals y plus 2 because these y's cancel on the right side. Now, someone other than Monisha, Kenneth, Alicia, and Nakiria, what would you do next? We have two terms with y in it. So someone other than Kenneth, Monisha, Alicia, and Nakiria, what would you do at this point? All right. Again, if you have multiple terms with the letter we want to solve for, we got to put them on the same side. Monisha, what's your question?
Would you divide by x from the xy?
We want to put the terms with y's in them on the same side. So what would we do to get the terms with y's in it together? Anybody.
You gotta divide by the x.
We got this one,
Oh,
and we got to see we have two terms.
From the 2.
Subtract y. Yes,
yeah.
subtract y. We got to get rid of the y from this side. So if we subtract y from the right, we have to subtract y from the left. So now we have x, put an arrow here. This is the next step. Xy minus y is now on the left side, and only 2 is on the right side. All right. Now what? Someone other than Nakiria. What would you do now?
Now you gotta factor the y's.
Yes, factor out the y. So y times something equals xy minus y. Someone other than Kenneth. What is the other factor that multiplies times y to give us xy minus y?
So would it be x minus y?
It's 1.
Correct. X minus 1. All right. Now what? We're almost there. We're almost there.
You
Now what?
divide by x minus
X divide by x minus 1. All right, that cancels. We have y equals 2 over x minus 1. And last step, we just changed the notation to this inverse function notation. All right. Any questions about that one? When you practice doing doing your homework, it'll probably start to seep in. But I want to make sure I go over different type of problems so that you can always refer back to this video while you're doing your homework if you have trouble. All right, so next is this one. So my contribution is it's y equals 5 minus x over 3x plus 2. What's the next step?
x
You're
equals
gonna
5 minus y over 3.
All right. X equals 5 minus y over 3y plus 2. All right, I'm going to erase what's in my way now. All right, someone other than Monisha, Nakiria, Kenneth, and Alicia, tell me what should we do next? Someone other than Alicia, Kenneth, Nakiria, and Monisha. What would you do next?
Multiply 3y plus 2.
Multiply, Tanaya say multiply both sides by 3y plus 2. All right, that's what I want you to say, because sometimes we think we're only multiplying one side. I know we're trying to get rid of that fraction, but we need to multiply both sides by 3y plus 2. 3y plus 2, that cancels. Now we have x times 3y plus 2 equals 5 minus y. What would y'all do next? A little bit more going on.
plus in parentheses.
Yeah, I would do that too. I would distribute. So, because you see my y's on two different sides and all that. Let's just basically break everything apart and bring it back together. So 3xy plus 2x. Did I do good? Yeah, always check me now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm thinking about the next step. All right. Now,
Now you'll get y by itself.
You gotta add the y.
okay, add the y. Okay, good. Okay, let's add the y. Add the y. What are you trying to do? Why you said add y, Ken?
Because I had to isolate it.
All right, good job. Because we want the y's on the same side. But what we got to get rid of now that we added the y to the left side? Because I only want y's on one side by itself. I don't want other terms there. So what do we need to do now?
So
Now
would
we
you have to
gotta
move the other terms to the other side?
Subtract 2x. I'm
yeah,
not sure if you
subtract
said that.
2x.
Yep. Let's get rid of that because I don't want that on the same side with my y's. 3xy plus y equals 5 minus 2x or negative 2x plus 5 if you wrote it that way. All right. Someone other than the carrier, and I forgot who told us the answer last time, but what should we do now? Someone other than the carrier. Other than the carrier and Kenna, what should we do now? What have we been doing at this stage? Factor. Oh, the carrier, did you do that? All right, y times what? All right, someone other than the carrier and Kenneth and Alicia. Cause I see y'all are ready with y'all mics on and everything. Y'all are ready. Somebody else. What's the other factor? Y times what is 3xy plus y? Somebody.
It'll be
Okay.
3x plus 1.
All right, Monisha. Okay. I see you. Not really, but I see you. 3x plus y. All right. Uh-oh, look at that. All right, 3x plus 1 is correct. All right, someone other than Alicia, Monisha, Nakiria, and Kenneth, what should we do now? What should we do? We're close. We're very, very close to the answer. What's next? Be brave. Monisha, I don't know why you put your little mic on over there. Other than Monisha, Kenneth, Alicia, and Akira. Okay. I don't like calling people out, so I usually don't call anybody out. But I need y'all to participate more and be more engaged in class. All right. All right. All right, Alicia, Kenneth, Monisha, or Nakira, what are we supposed to be doing?
Divide both sides
Divide
by 3x plus 1.
Good. Divide both sides by 3x plus 1. That'll get rid of all of that connected to the y. All right, so y equals 5 minus 2x over 3x plus 1, or if you want to write it as negative 2x plus 5. That's the same thing. Then you change your y to the right notation for inverse function. All right, any questions? That's the last example like that. Any questions? All right. Let's go to the last page of this. And we're going to decode a message. I really do need to change the message. Can y'all, because I've asked you this question before right here. So I'm gonna delete this one. So y'all might have to put an X through it. And I'm gonna give you another message. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. No, I'm not gonna tell you because I want you to figure this one out. All right. So change your message to this one. And I'm going to show you how to decode the message using your knowledge of inverses. Hold on. I think I'm missing something. Uh-oh. I'm missing something. Hold on, y'all. Right. All right. Here we go. So let's say that I wanted to send you a message from around the world somewhere, but I didn't want anyone else to know what the message was. So I mailed you some numbers and I gave you a key, all right, to figure out what the words are. Now we already understand, we already know that in order for you to figure out what this code is, then you're going to have to find the inverse of the function I give you first. So what I want you to do first to figure out this code is find the inverse of this function right here. F of x equals 2x plus 1. I'll give you about 45 seconds to work on it. All right. Did we find the inverse function yet? And what is it?
Is it y equals 2? I mean, x minus 1 over 2.
X minus 1 over 2.
That's what I got.
Yeah, it looks right to me because look, there's a plus right there. Yeah, so it should be, you see what I'm saying? I can kind of tell, right? From that. There's 2 times something, then we got divided by 2. It looks about right. Do I need to work that out for anybody? Do I need to work that one out for anybody? How to find the inverse function? Speak now. Speak now if you need me to work it out. Raven, you say yes or no? I saw your mic.
I said no. Well,
Somebody said yes.
Okay, somebody said yes. All right, let's do it. All right, we have f of x equals 2x plus 1. First step, you're going to put, first step is to write it as y equals 2x plus 1. All right, y'all, what's the second step?
Interchange y and x.
Yep, interchange the x and y, so that'll be x equals 2y plus 1. Now, third step, what should we do for the third step?
You gotta get the y by itself, so you subtract 1 from both sides.
All right, hold on, y'all. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I had a little glitch right there. Hold on. All right. You said subtract 1. X equals 2.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, subtract 1. All right, that's x minus 1 equals 2y. Then what? All right, then what are we doing?
Divide by 2 on both sides.
Then you gotta divide by 2.
Yep, good. Y equals x minus 1 over 2 is our inverse function. All right. Any questions about how to get to the inverse? All right. So we're going to use this right here. We're going to use this inverse function to figure out what these numbers mean. Okay. These numbers are associated with a letter of the alphabet. Numbers are associated with a letter of the alphabet. What would be helpful if we do what now so that we can look at it first?
Write down the alphabet.
Thank you. Let's just write down the alphabets. Okay, so here's how I want you to do it. You just at the top up here, you could just put like A, B, C, all the way to Z. How many letters should we have?
26.
26.
26. So what I want you to do under it is put 1, 2, 3. Let's just make sure we got them all. And it's going to be helpful to figure out what this message is saying. Anyway, so write A, B, C, all the way to Z and number them. Put a little number under them. Any questions about that stuff? That's all we're doing. Writing all the letters of the alphabet down, putting the numbers under them. Okay? I'll give you about 10 more seconds. All right. To figure out the first letter, we have a 47. We're going to plug it into the X over here. All right. So let's say 47 is our input value. We're plugging in 47. So if we plug in 47 into our inverse function, we get 47 minus 1, which is what? What is 47 minus 1?
46.
46.
46. What is 46 divided by 2?
23.
23.
All right, 23 is the magic number. What letter is 23 associated
W.
with?
W.
W. All right, great job. So this is W. All right, let's try it one more time. 17. We plug in 17 into our inverse function. We get 17 minus 1, which is
16.
16.
16. 16 divided by 2 is
8.
8.
6. Thank
What
you.
letter? Oh, 6. What letter?
H.
H. All right. I want you to finish. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to finish. All right. We'll reconvene 4:38. All right. Some of these letters repeat or these numbers repeat. So you don't have to do all of them. Just throwing that out there. If you figure out the
I think
message,
I got it.
you think you got it? Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
direct message me the message. Direct message me the message. And hold on. Okay, go ahead, direct message me the message first. So only send it to me, not the entire class, okay? Don't send it to everybody, just send it to me. Okay. All right, Monisha, I added another word to it. So just look at it one more time. I added one more word to this message. So make sure you got all the words. But that's very good. You're missing one word because I added one at the end. All right, whenever you get to the answer, direct message me the answer. All right. All right, Akiria. I think you got okay. Okay. Yes. Got it, Kenneth. Good. Akiria. I think you wrote it down before I added a word too. All right. What's the missing word? That one that I added. It's the third word, I guess you could say. And I want y'all to think about the question and answer it in your head because I'm gonna ask you what the answer, what you think is something like that about you. All right. I'll give you 30 more seconds, see if you can figure it out. Very good, Nakiria. All right, Monisha, got it. Yes, Raven. All right. Very good. Some of y'all already figured out. It is what's a fun fact about you? What's a fun fact about you? All right. Anybody want to share any fun facts about themselves? Like my fun fact would be I've never paid for college. So let's just say you were on an interview, a job interview, and they ask you, what is a fun fact about you? What would you say? What would you say? Anybody? I'll take a few of you all if y'all can think of something that's a fun fact. Nobody? Anybody? Like it could be kind of weird. Like I had a student who said he broke his collarbone twice. So I'm like, that's very interesting. Does anyone have something like that? All right. It's something I think y'all need to start reflecting about you and some things that maybe you've done in your life that
I
made.
guess I got one, Dr. Thomas.
Well, yeah, Kenneth. Come on, Kenneth. Tell us something. Tell us something.
I drive boats as a side hustle, I guess.
Seriously? Both? That's
Yes,
interesting.
ma'am.
That's very interesting. That is good. I like that. That's a good fun fact. Anybody else? One more person, and then we're gonna move on to 2.1. Nobody wants to share. Have y'all been to any exotic places or done any interesting things in life? Nobody?
I got one.
What, Nakiria?
I really enjoy roller coasters. Like if I get in line for a roller coaster, I have to be in like the front part. Like I don't want to ride it
Oh,
if I'm not in the
that
front.
that's good. That is a fun fact because I don't think I normally I will. I usually when I get on a roller coaster, I go towards the middle to back part. I don't know why. I don't know why it's the same thing, probably, but I don't want to just be in the front and just on the first thing. in the little cart, and I'm going down and no. So you are very brave, Nakira. Very good. All right, the last little part of this I thought was kind of cute that I found on the internet was, but y'all think y'all participating and everybody else reflect, because what if you are in an interview and they ask you something like that you wouldn't even think they would ask you? What would you say? All right, it says coincidence or not, if A, B, C all the way to Z equals 1 through 26, sort of like what we just did, right? Then knowledge, K, for example, is 11, N is 14, O is 15, for example. They added that up. They got 96% when they added that. Hard work added up to be 98%. It says both are important but fall just short of 100%. But attitude equals 100%. Isn't that cute? Yeah, y'all see, I'm amused by things like this. Oh, look at that. So don't just have knowledge and work hard. Have a good attitude too. That's gonna take you like that extra mile in life. All right.